Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Colleen and I'm here to show you how to cook healthy without compromising on taste and lose weight just like I have. I have lost 116 pounds as of this week. So tonight I am tackling one of the dreaded diet foods, and that is Mexican food. And so tonight we're lightening it up. We're making a shrimp taco. So shrimp is very low in calories, low in fat. And I'm going to show you kind of how we're going to put that together to keep it a healthy meal. That means no cheese, no sour cream, and I'll show you how we do that. The first thing we want to do is we want to get our shrimp marinating. So I'm cooking for 2 people. This is going to make 4 tacos, so 2 tacos per person. I'm using a ½ pound of medium raw shrimp. You want to make sure, I like to buy the shrimp in the freezer, so if you're buying your shrimp out of the freezer, make sure that they're not cooked. Make sure they're raw, they've got their tail off, and they're deveined. And it's a ½ pound or 8 ounces of those raw. So now in my Ziploc bag here, I'm just using the measuring cup just to support the bag. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then I've got 1 lime here that I'm going to juice. Roll that first just to get that nice and soft. It just makes it easier to juice. Okay, so now we're going to put in ½ teaspoon of ground cumin. Cumin is very, very traditional in Mexican food. And then we're going to put in ½ teaspoon of some ground coriander. Pretty easy so far, right? Now, it wouldn't be complete without a little garlic. Let me grab my garlic press here. And I'm using 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to press up. You can also just mince them real fine. For those of you who watch my shows regularly, you know that I like my garlic press. Just saves a little bit of knife work. Wash that there. And we're just going to add a pinch of salt. And I'm using coarse sea salt. And that is it. So into this bag, I am going to put my lovely raw shrimp. Perfect. Give that a good mix around. And this really doesn't have to marinate for too long. Just like 10 to 15 minutes is good enough because we're going to actually cook it in that juice as well. So I just kind of want to add a little bit of extra flavor to it. So I'm going to stick this in the fridge and let's get the rest of the stuff prepared here before we cook these up. So the shrimp only takes about 2 or 3 minutes to cook. It cooks really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the entire rest of the meal, and then that's going to be the last thing so that we can serve it right away. So to go on top of our shrimp tacos, I've got a great little sauce here, and I use a base of fat-free, plain Greek yogurt. You can use, if this sounds a little too weird for you, then try a reduced fat or light sour cream instead. That also works pretty well. I like to use the yogurt in here because it just gives you some extra nutrients that you don't get from the sour cream. I like the tart kind of taste with the shrimp tacos as well. Blends really well. So that's 1/3 cup of just plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And then I'm going to use 2 chipotle chilies, and you'll find these in a can. They come in what's called adobo sauce, and you'll find them in a can in your Mexican food aisle or Hispanic food aisle. And this is kind of what they look like. We're going to use 2 of them here, and they make your fingers all nice and grody. What I'm going to do is just chop these up really fine. Okay, so once those are chopped up really good, stick those right into that yogurt. I'm going to get all the sauce that kind of leaked out of them there when I was chopping them. Okay, before we go to the next step, I'm going to have to wash this board. For the finishing touch on our sauce, we're going to add the juice of 1 lime. And that's just going to complement the marinade that that we're going to cook the shrimp in. And we're just going to whisk that together. And the yogurt actually will not curdle, neither will the sour cream with that lime juice in there. You just want to whisk it until it's nice and smooth and creamy. And you can see it's turned a nice pink color from the chipotle chili peppers. And that's going to give a nice little kick to those tacos. Nice little spicy bite to them. Okay, almost done. Before we go to the next step here, I'm going to go ahead and take 4 corn tortillas. I'm using a white corn tortilla, and the reason I'm using a corn tortilla instead of a flour tortilla is that they're lower in fat and lower in calories. So 1 corn tortilla is about 55 calories. Whereas a regular white flour tortilla is easily around 200 calories a piece. The other thing, too, is that they're gluten-free, and my brother actually has a gluten allergy, and so I told him that I would try to find things that I can make that are gluten-friendly. And so corn tortillas are a great alternative to flour tortilla, which is made from wheat. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap these in some foil. Not going to fry them. We don't want to fry them up in that oil. Instead, we're going to have soft tacos. I'm going to put them in my oven at 400 degrees. It only takes about 5 minutes to cook. So, like I said, we're almost there. I'm just going to take just a little bit of some red cabbage here. It's called red cabbage, but it sure looks purple to me, doesn't it? And so I'm just going to chop that up so it's these nice sort of long, pretty shreds. Beautiful. Set that aside. Next up, mango. I love mangoes. And if you've watched my show before, you know that. So they had another deal at Trader Joe's, 99 cents a piece for organic mangoes. So I've been eating mangoes for the past week nonstop. It's a deal that's too good to pass up. So we're going to go ahead and just take that peel off. So once you've got it peeled, then you want to just cut the cheeks off. And I like to just run my knife around and get any other meat off of there that I can. So let's go ahead and chop that up. Just basically dice it up. Delicious. Okay, and then the last thing, before we start cooking our shrimp here, just going to take just a little bit of fresh cilantro. We're going to chop that up real good. Okay, now that we've got all our toppings prepared, let's go ahead and start cooking that shrimp. So I've heated my pan on medium here, and I'm just going to dump all of the shrimp in there, in the juice that they've been marinating in. And like I said, it only takes about 2 or 3 minutes to cook those. We just want to cook them until they're just pink. Our shrimp are just about done there. Let's go ahead and get the corn tortillas out of the oven. Turn off our burners. Let me show you how I serve these up. So if I have company over, this is something that's very easy to just put these dishes out and let people put the toppings on that they like. I'm just going to take a little bit of this purple cabbage here, a little bit of mango, and then the star of the show, our shrimp. Beautiful, look at that. And then we're just going to take some of this sauce that we made, and we're going to drizzle that right over the top. And we're going to finish that off, just a little sprinkle of cilantro. How pretty is that? Isn't that beautiful? So this was, as you can see, this was a super, super easy meal. About 15 minutes, that's all it takes. So really great, busy weeknight meal to come home and get something that's very, very good for you and very tasty at the same time. I hope that you'll give this a try. I'm going to go enjoy my dinner, and I will see you next time in my kitchen.